What secret would destroy someone if they knew, so you'll pretend forever? I never meant for it to go this far, but there I was, holding my breath as my neighbor Raymond stood on the sidewalk 3 feet away from me, waiting for someone to help him to his door. It started 8 months ago when I helped him find a taxi, after the driver was screaming at him to walk toward the traffic. I gave him my number in case he needed help again. Just being a good neighbor, you know? My mom raised me to help people who needed it. The first few weeks were fine. A ride to the pharmacy here, a quick trip to the grocery store there. Raymond was lonely after his wife Martha died, and I genuinely felt good helping him. He'd tell me stories about his time in Vietnam, about meeting Martha at a dance in 1971. I even started looking forward to our talks, but then something shifted. The calls started at 6 a.m. and didn't stop until midnight. If I didn't answer, he'd call 8 more times in a row. The rides that were supposed to be just to the bank turned into 4-hour adventures where he'd suddenly remember he needed to stop at the hardware store, then the cemetery, then his friend's house across town. He never mentioned these stops beforehand, just spring them on me mid-drive like I had nothing else to do. I tried setting boundaries gently, told him I had work, that I could only do 1 ride per week. He agreed on the phone, but then called the next morning anyway, saying it was an emergency. The emergency was that he wanted fresh bread from a specific bakery 40 minutes away. My roommate said I was being used. My girlfriend broke up with me because I kept canceling our plans to drive Raymond around. I was spending $30 a week on gas, and he never offered a cent. When I finally said I couldn't drive him anymore, he cried so hard I could hear him wheezing through the phone. Made me feel like the worst person alive, so I kept driving him. But the requests got worse. Could I wait while he got his haircut? Could I help him move furniture? Could I come over at 11 p.m. because he heard a noise? I was basically on call for free, and the guilt was eating me alive because how do you say no to a blind veteran who lost his wife? Then came the breaking point. I'd taken a sick day from work because I had the flu. Raymond called 18 times. When I finally answered, voice raspy and clearly ill, he said he knew I was home and needed a ride to return a library book that wasn't even due for another week. When I said I was sick, he said, it'll only take 20 minutes. It took 3 hours, 3 stops he hadn't mentioned. That night, feverish and exhausted, I made a decision I'm not proud of. I told him I got a job offer in Phoenix. Spent 2 weeks crafting this elaborate lie about interviews and apartment hunting. He was happy for me, said I deserved good things. The guilt was crushing, but not as crushing as the weight of being his full-time, unpaid caretaker. The morning I moved, he stood on his porch and waved at where he thought my car would be. I watched from my window as he stood there for 20 minutes, waving at nothing. Now, it's been 3 months of pure insanity. I've memorized Raymond's entire schedule and restructured my whole life around avoiding him. I leave for work at 5:45 a.m. through my back door, hopping the fence into the alley. When I get home, I park 2 blocks away and wait until he goes inside at exactly 7:30 p.m. Sometimes when he's at his door struggling with groceries, I can't help myself. I'll walk by and mutter here in this weird, deep voice as I push his door open, then immediately speed walk away. He always says, thank you, young man, to whoever he thinks I am. Once he said, God bless you. You remind me of an old friend. I threw up in bushes after that one. Last week, his daughter posted about him on Facebook, how he misses his friend Michael who moved to Phoenix. The comments destroyed me. What a sweet man. I hope Michael knows how much Raymond talks about him. Some people don't deserve kindness. But yesterday, something happened that changed everything. His daughter posted another update, this time from a hospital room. Raymond in a bed, tubes everywhere, still wearing his veteran's cap. Dad's kidney failure accelerated. Doctor says weeks, maybe a month. He told me yesterday he's never felt so alone, not even after mom died. The comments destroyed me, praying for him. He needs visitors. My dad went through the same thing. The loneliness is the worst part. I sat in my car for 3 hours, engine running, reading every comment. His daughter had posted her number for people who wanted to visit. My thumb hovered over it while my chest felt like it was caving in. That night I called her from a burner phone, voice shaking. Hi, this is Michael. I heard about Raymond. I'm moving back from Phoenix next week. Got laid off. Would he want to see me? She started crying immediately. Oh my God, yes. This will mean everything to him. He talks about you every single day. I'm outside his door now. He looks like he's disappearing into that hospital bed. I'm about to spend every remaining hour making up for the 3 months I pretended he didn't exist.